Hello everyone, Seedlink here, back with the next episode of MarbulaOne. This is the third race, Misty Mountain. It's been a while since I've done one of these. It's the most popular type of video I'm recording right now, so I'm going to try to get back to it. I've been playing quite a bit with the Smackers, I've been working quite a bit, but I've tried to upload as much as I can here and there, but we're finally going to get back to it. I apologize if my mic and desktop audio isn't perfect right now. I had to reconfigure everything. OBS does this especially after you haven't uploaded in a while. We'll just reset all the audio stuff. Same thing with Discord, which is really infuriating, but at least I know now how to fix it quickly. I'm also going to try a slightly different mic position, which have made me have to mix up the settings even more, because in my previous videos, if you heard a very big ambient sound, that was actually my computer fan. So originally I had it right next to my computer. Now I have it on the other side of my monitor, because currently it's to the left of my monitor, or the computer is to the left of my monitor here. I originally had it on the left side of my monitor, then I had it on the right side. Now I have it on both to the right of the monitor and my mouse bungee. So it's pretty far away from my voice, but it's picking me up. Well, hopefully this you probably can still hear, but you can't hear it that loudly. I even tried to make a little makeshift foam cover from some foam from my headsets here, but to try and make it so it would cover up the fan sound without covering up the mic sound. But sadly, it didn't really work. But settings should be good. The audio and desktop should hopefully be good. Without further ado, let's get into the video. And for a long time, I thought this was an issue too, where like I put my audio on like this, but this actually doesn't affect the desktop audio at all. This just affects my listening. It's not staying at 24 weirdly.
It seems here at the top of a
Let's
place
keep it
that
there.
was once only rumored to exist.
The Hazers track.
Misty Mountain. Yes.
Oh, I guess it kind of makes sense.
Low. It's more mystic sometimes than misty, but it is the home of the Hazers and the site of the third Grand Prix in the third season of MarbulaOne. Hello, everybody, from a thankfully lit commentary booth. I am Greg Woods, and this was the site of one heck of a race last year. You may remember it was the Hazers that came out triumphant, but it was Clutter on pole and did not stay there. A bizarre incident with Clutter and Bumble getting stuck on the inside of what was then turn 6. Multiple
Where are the
attempts
Gliding
by the safety
Glaciers?
marble to
Alpine.
clear them. It
Saw that
eventually
just in
had to
time.
be red flagged. A fantastic battle in the ensuing few laps in the sprint to the end saw the lead change multiple times, but it ended up being a broken host's curse and Hazy that came through and won the race. There you see the starting lineup for this one.
I bet you a lot of people are going to go over those middle bits.
Time, starting in front of Starry,
Bolt's right in the back.
Hazy, Momo and
Both
Shimmer,
my top two
close
teams I'm
behind.
rooting for,
We saw some big
Alpine and
winners
Bolt, are
last year.
right in the
Hazy
back.
had to move up.
And we're back. Quick ad there. Didn't notice it, and it's actually a bit of a bummer because probably going to have to cut off some of my words. Hopefully not. Hopefully I can cut it a little bit early. But as I was mentioning, both my teams right in the back. But if anyone who's watched these races knows that that doesn't actually mean anything, especially because you're so clumped up at the start. A lot of the time the people in the back immediately start in the middle. Without further ado, let's get back into the video. And hopefully not another ad comes.
And we're rolling. Clutter immediately moves to the inside, but
So Bolt stays in the back, but Alpine, as you can see, is already halfway to 13.
Yellup is far behind the field already. Clutter has fallen to second. Momo trails
long straightaway
as they head into the far end through the helices. A 3-marble race. Then it's Minty Flave, who's moved up into 4th. Cerulean drops several spots there, rapidly loses out to Era. It's a 400th lead for Starry as they come up the belt, but Clutter gets the better jump and retakes the lead. Momo holding there in 3rd place. Cerulean, who was a big player in the race last year, trying
Alpine
to
was going up and down quite a lot.
Starry
Bolt in 16th.
Big burst of speed down that backstretch, but struggles through the helices and gives it right back to Clutter. Momo, Minty Flave, Cerulean, Arup, Swax moves up into 7th place. As I say that rapidly, passes up there. Then Origin and Hazy.
Well, Shining Storm got fastest lap, yet they're still in last. How'd that happen?
Fallen that far back, but it's Clutter and Starry dueling up front. Clutter
Bolt's moving up quite a bit.
as they head down that backstretch. trying to
I
get
can see
the
where
huge
he's at
drop
now.
and the speed boost. Missed the split.
It's so quick you
And
can't
then
even really
the double
focus
right-hander into the
from how long of a
helix.
straightaway that is.
Clutter sets
Alpine's still in
fastest lap
last.
and now has a 1 second lead. No, Minty
Mima with
Flave takes it. Minty
fastest
Flave
lap.
has that fastest lap, 18.679. Starry gets by into second place though. This has a slight gap.
Bit of
for
like a
Clutter.
missed show there.
The longer those two battle, the
They showed
better
the
it
wrong
is
person.
for the leader. Nice little opportunistic move there for Arup, but it falls apart through the final two turns. Clutter comes up 9/10 of a second ahead of the Minty Maniacs, Minty Flave, who's challenged coming off of the belt. Arup is right there. Momo is right
Cerulean
there.
for the Kobolds is my third
Then
team
it's
I'm looking at.
Starry. Momo falls back to fifth.
The tricky thing is that it can sometimes be easy to
Farther
confuse them
back,
with the
Yellow
Thunderbolts
Eye
because the
has
blue's
82
similar. It's just that you have to.
spots. This is the place that
It's hard to see the
Franchise
yellow
clinched the
when they're
championship
moving so
last
fast.
season, but did not do it. Hazy falling all the
Good
way
angle
back
of the
to 12th
little
now. That lead
loops there. I
coming
forgot
down
what they called it.
slightly for Clutter. Swax resets fastest lap at an 18.311.
I think it was like the
Winding first
hex.
sector.
No,
Now
let's say
the right-hander
hexacles, but
and
that's
the
not
drop
definitely
down
not
the
right.
backstretch. Clutter.
Alpine went up a bit. Bolt's still in the middle.
Arup, who is challenged by
Cerulean seems to still stay in
Starry
6th.
trying to get by, but immediately has to look back there. There's Momo.
Yeah.
Loses a spot.
Ooh, he caught up there.
Lead back up to 9/10 now for Clutter.
Neck to neck with
managed
Momo.
this gap pretty well so far, but it's a
And
long race.
not the better jump.
We are only just nearing the halfway point. Clutter, Minty Flave, Starry, Momo.
Bolt dropped a
Arup,
few spots.
Cerulean, Swax rapidly, Orangin, and
Lap
Hazy
7 of
rounding out
17.
the top 10. Yellow Eye's been making some moves. Bolt, Dash, Yellow, Pinky Toe, Mallard,
Yeah, that area is tricky to pass
Alpine,
there.
Shimmer, and Wuspy. Big lead this time, 1.6 for Clutter, who's trying to stay as clean as possible.
Yeah, all three of my
to
teams
avoid a
seem to be
repeat
staying
of
roughly
last
around the
season's
same
disaster.
spot.
The track slightly different from last year, but memories are still fresh. Coming down the backstretch, Momo goes to the
Whoa.
inside and takes that spot from Starry. That was
Nice from
good.
Momo.
And Momo immediately tries to challenge Minty Flave. They come together in the penultimate turn, and that gap around 1 second again for Clutter. Momo perhaps gathering some momentum here, and look at this battle, right on for second place. Momo shadowing Minty Flave. Down the drop they come. In the draft, Momo goes to the inside, but this time Minty Flave seals it
Ooh,
off.
nice
They
block
take
from
different
Minty
lines
Flave.
through the helices, and that lets Starry get by both of them.
So really up
Clutter,
one spot.
every once in a while, taking a
Doesn't
peek
really
over
seem
the
like he was
shoulder
going
just to
faster.
see
It
what's
just seemed like other
happening
people were
back
going
there.
slower.
But
Although with that being
goodness,
said,
the
the
lead has gone
purple
away.
behind him got
Clutter's lead, once
fastest
seemingly
lap.
managed and steady, has come down. Starry, Minty Flave battling again. That's going to let Clutter stretch it possibly. Handling these helices can make or
Clutter
break
still has a
your
comfortable
lap.
lead. Oh, that was
Quite a few.
brilliant.
That was a hard impact there for Swax.
Those
Set
figure eights were
almost
perfect
on
from
top of
Cerulean.
the edges. We've seen several of the marbles do that. Clutter looking at Starry. Then it's a gap back to Minty Flave, who's now having to deal with Momo. Cerulean and Swax in the top 6. From the inside, then back out to the outside. That was very well managed.
Starry's gotten a pretty good lead, but it almost looked like Minty Flave went backwards there a little bit. Like they hooked around the figure 8.
9 seconds. Then it's a sizable gap back to Minty Flave and
Oh,
Cerulean.
Momo's dropped a lot. They're
Midfield,
behind
though,
Cerulean
a
and
lot of
Swax.
shuffling back and forth. So many marbles that
Bolt
are
down a
trying to
couple.
make some gains. There's a 3-marble battle into that one. Was that Pinky Toe, I believe, that came out the better of them? Yes, in front of Hazy and Bolt. Then Yellow Eye trying to get around them. Yellow Eye had gotten up to 11th and has fallen back since then. The lead now under half a second.
Still
for
pretty
Clutter.
spaced out
Just
between
a
the top
few
couple.
laps to go. Is Clutter going to be able to manage the
5
endurance
looks like.
to hold on to
5
this
laps.
one? Minty Flave is starting to get a second win, closing in on Starry, trying to catch that draft down the backstretch, and does by the end of the straight.
Clutter's had such a huge lead for the whole time.
Clutter over the line, much closer
Yeah,
now.
Cerulean's
5-6 seconds.
like there's no one close to Cerulean in front or behind him.
That's not too much closer than
Looks
it
like he's
was.
almost got a guaranteed 4th
That
by the
lead
looks
is
of it,
coming down. Minty Flave,
which I'll definitely take.
and immediately sets sights on Clutter.
Alpine went up a couple.
Minty Flave gets the speed boost. Nice under braking for that double right-hander. Tries to make the move
Whoa.
to the Ulysses and does.
That was amazing.
Nice pass back. They're going to be side by side.
Once
coming
again,
up
those
the
figure
belt.
8s are perfect.
Who gets the better jump? It
Equal.
is Clutter for now.
That was an equal jump. Clutter barely managed to
Inside
pass.
there. Can't get that one done.
Alpine and Bolt now tied, roughly.
Lining up to the drop,
15
trying to get in the
and
draft.
14.
Clutter. Oh, that was a bump that Minty
Bolt
Flave
now going behind, and Alpine's
and
catching
lost
them.
his tiny bit of momentum.
2 laps left here.
Starry. ever closer. These are our podium spots for now. Cerulean trying to keep track of them. And it's Arup, Momo, Orange, and Swax, Yellup, and Rapidly in the top 10. Clutter has seen several challenges back and forth, but has managed them very well.
Yeah, once again, Cerulean is just nowhere close to anyone in front or behind. So he's, again, with how many laps are left, he would have to either mess up or make an insanely good run to get third or fifth.
Aiming for redemption at Misty Mountain.
I think Flutter's going to keep it.
Minty Flave doesn't seem to be closing up, but it's this backstretch where Minty Flave has made up so much ground. It's not going to happen.
He's had the lead for the whole time.
Helices.
Yep. Helices was perfect.
Flutter
And he's got it.
From a DNF to a win at Misty Mountain. Pole to victory. And a nice
Orangin got close to Cerulean there, but not enough.
Minty Flave gets second. Starry gets third.
Alpine 14th. Bolt 16th.
Cerulean, Orangin, Momo, Swax, Rapidly.
So my top two teams started in the back. Got a couple of spots up.
10.
Everyone was kind of close around them. But Cerulean, my third place team, did, for the Kobolds, did do pretty good. He stayed in fourth place for basically the whole time.
Less chaos than last season. Orangin did
4th,
a
14th, 16th.
has gone wire to wire. Didn't lead every single lap. You can see.
Yeah, so look at the jump here from the Thunderbolts. All the way up there right from the start. Glide Glacier's got the better start, but then went back down. They did good near the end, though. As you can see, they caught right around the start of lap 14 here. That's when they passed the Thunderbolts. So yeah, Thunderbolts were doing pretty decent around the middle of the pack, like they usually do, until the end. They did jump a couple, though.
Instead. But that does not matter. It may not be a grand slam, but it is victory for Clutter and the Balls of Chaos. Clutter now moves to the top of the individual standings.
Yeah, Thunder was not in this one, so it makes sense why he went down. It's really up 19. Wow. Yeah, that's really good. Probably because there's a couple of different players. Like so here's Bolt. He went down quite a few. Alpine went down only 2. Who was the other one? Was it Sleet, I think? Iceberg, okay. Yeah, Thunder and Bolt, and then Alpine and Iceberg. I think there's 2 for each team, looks like. 5, 1, 2, 3, 16. So there's 20, 40. So yeah, it looks like 2 per team, and 20 teams total.
We'll see how that stands after the next race, when all marbles on each team will have the same number of Grand Prix beneath them.
And here's the team standings. Kobolds up 5 into 9th. And they're actually the top of my teams. Thunderbolts down 4 to 12. They basically swapped spots. Actually, no, they didn't. They would have been 1 spot above Kobolds if they stayed. Glide Glacier's down only 1, but still 17th.
Point lead over Balls of Chaos. Then a gap back to the Minty Maniacs over Team Galactic. Still
Balls of Chaos almost in the lead.
In what is already a compelling
Galactic have been doing pretty decent.
In the middle of the pack, Yellup.
35 overtakes.
Of today with 35 passes. Anybody beat that? Next race.
So that'll be it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one.